Hey there, everyone. I'm Marco Alcubé, the host of Expat Experts podcast, and this video is extracted out of a longer interview with Susan Haxon, an Irish woman who has lived more than 20 years in France and is now coaching expats on how to quit alcohol.
So I think living there now, like Monday to Friday, must be a bit of a challenge. Not to mention expensive, but yeah. But now I'm suburban. I When we moved in together, we moved out towards the east.
Well, it
So
seems,
now I live in a little
I
town.
suppose it's a more calmer.
Well, originally it was to be able to afford somewhere bigger with more space, because you can spend a fortune in Paris for, the studio the size of your table. Yeah. So we moved in together. We basically moved out of the center to get somewhere bigger. Yeah. And now with the family, we live in the burbs. So I can't imagine. Well, I can because I've seen my friends struggle doing it with, like, buggies and pushchairs and shopping and kids and all that, and, like, 4-story walk-ups, with no lift and too many neighbors and all that. So yeah, so I do not mind now being in the suburbs. I enjoy it.
Nice. What about the life difference between Ireland and France? Like, did you notice it? Like, was it really different?
I think what I noticed a lot was the speed. I think well, of course, I had been coming from, I wasn't living in the city when I moved over, but at the same time, I mean, I think that, yeah, the speed of Paris and just the more it was a more kind of exciting vibe. I felt like, everybody was going somewhere to do something like really important, and um, you know, uh, uh, just a whole different look. I mean, Paris, as I said, is beautiful, and um, it felt more. Oh, it's hard to describe. I guess the atmosphere just felt a little bit more alive, whereas in Ireland, I feel it's calmer, it's more chill. It's, it sounds like a stereotype, but yeah, but it's more calm. Yeah. Well, the hustle and the bustle and the people being, let's say, not the friendliest. And some, like, I used to get very stressed out if I had any sort of, admin to do, because you'd always have some grumpy person on the end of the phone, sort of, scolding you for not having understood something, or, so in that respect, it was, yeah, it was quite, that was a bit of a challenge when I first arrived, sort of, maneuvering through all that. And, yeah, and I suppose that's one of the big things I missed when I first moved over as well, was just like that kind of laid back attitude and just a bit of crack, as we say. But the Irish love
Yeah.
to complain as well,
What
don't get me
you
wrong.
you
But
said you I can relate to that. Spanish also love to complain, and Greeks also, I think.
oh yeah.
Uh, oh yeah, they do. You were just saying like that you had the like that you moved now with your husband, and I know that you have a family now in France. How difficult it's to balance the cultural differences and bringing also a little bit like of, I suppose you try also to bring a little bit of like your Irish cultural and a little bit more like and bring it to your family and kids. How does that work for you, like the family part of it?
Yeah, that's a good question, really, because I mean, we're not that far away. Like, physically, we're not that far away. So we managed to
Mm.
go back to Ireland like once a year at least, and then we WhatsApp, with the family. I've still got my mom is over there, and my sister and her kids. So my kids get to WhatsApp a video with their cousins, and they like, speak English with them, and my little niece will be learning the odd word in French and things like that. And I get like things like, it's funny, but like things like Irish music or things like that. I just remember when I was a kid, um, you know, not that you'd have it shoved at you, but it was more like kind of, when you're a teenager, you're just like, oh, stop, I don't
Mm.
want to listen to that. I want to listen to my music, and so I try not to, be too Irish mummy with them. But that said, the second year in a row, their schools for St. Patrick's Day, they have done Irish dancing and learned an Irish song, and my son did an expose on Irish sport, and my daughter did an expose on Dublin, and I was like, and that didn't come from me, so.
If you liked this short video out of the full episode, you can find the link to it around here and in the description below. Of course, if you are also interested in checking out other episodes, please subscribe and like.